with.
That is Liquid Art Fest is the ultimate celebration beer. Hey there, beer tubers! Welcome back to Beer Analysis 101. Your host, Maxwell Star.
Starting. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Greg. We're finally starting. I am sorry I had family over for this evening, and it was like they left 2 hours later. Okay, so that's fine. I had a great time. But we're here to have a great time here ourselves. We're doing a show and Swill episode, and let's get down to who we have with us tonight. And yes, I realize that I don't have any lights on in the background. I look like a floating head of Maxwell Star. Zadas.
Like Red Dwarf.
So, I wish I could remember how to do the Holly impression.
You're like the new Steve Orr.
Right, Steve Orr. A new beer trade. A reference that nobody gets except for you, Greg, and maybe Chris.
Yeah, I don't think anyone gets that.
All right, so I don't know who joined first, so I'm just going to cycle through from left to right on my screen. So, Redbeard, how you doing tonight?
I'm well. How are you?
Not too bad.
Good.
All righty, and what did you bring with you tonight?
I brought a beer.
Really?
As shocking as that may be.
Gasp.
I've got a can of Guilty Remnant. It's a white stout with coffee, vanilla, and lactose.
Oof.
Coming in at 6.0% ABV from the Blood Brothers Brewing Company out of Toronto, Ontario.
From Blood Brothers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right. Cheers there, Beer Hill. Let's go over to Lady Lee. Hi, Lee.
I have to go grab another beer. I'll be right back.
All right. We'll come back. Take your headset off first. All right. So we'll come back to you. Chris, how you doing tonight?
Oh, hello.
Hello. For some reason that
Hello,
cut
Nick. I am here.
You're
I've been
here,
on the
and
show in a
you're...
while.
Yeah. Well, you were on a couple of weeks ago, were you?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't remember
That
the
was-
last time I was on.
That was Chris's evil brother.
Evil
Maybe.
brother.
Joe.
Evil twin.
Yeah, so I'm excited to have one of these, or I'm going to actually have two of these beers. I have 3 beers for you guys to vote on what I'm drinking.
Okay. All right. What are the options?
All right.
Okay,
so
finish your story.
I told Greg that I wasn't going to buy the small cans of these beers over at Counterpart, but I ended up going
No,
over
but he
there.
did.
Well, I went over there to grab some of the IPAs and stuff like that, and they were still all in the fridge. So today we're gonna do. It's called Thought Disorder. Is that backwards for you guys, or is that fine?
No, that's fine.
No, it's good.
They're all imperial stouts. They're all at 11.9% alcohol by volume, which is the proper number. Now,
Who's
this
that
one
from?
in my hand in particular is called PB Cream. Okay, this is an imperial stout conditioned on soft serve ice cream powder, Madagascar and vanilla beans, and peanut butter.
Oof.
There's option number 1. Option number 2 is called Banana Jitter. Okay, this one is imperial stout conditioned on banana coffee, dehydrated banana chips, and has the same vanilla beans and cinnamon. 11.9%. Oh, like I said, they all of them are 11.9. Yes, they are. Fuck, I can't even read. What's the writing so small? I'm getting old, guys.
Oh, that brewery is notorious for doing that. I always
it's
joke
a
that.
collaboration too, because it's Counterpart and a Rorschach.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Rorschach is the one. They're notorious for that. I always joke that Chad can't have their beers because I know nobody knows who Chad is, but
And
still.
hopefully, okay, you guys are gonna choose one of the other two, because I'm definitely having this one today. Because I just realized what this one was, and this one's called Choco Nut. This one's an imperial stout conditioned on raw coconut, toasted coconut, cacao nibs, and hazelnut.
Yeah, I'd be voting for that anyway.
Fuck, I should have gotten you to pick some of these up for me. These sound good.
$8 a can, ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's pretty. That's Counterpart.
That's Counterpart. Yeah.
That's Counterpart, exactly. Now the beers are sweating because I pulled them out of my fridge at 9 o'clock when we were supposed to start. But whatever.
Wow, way to family shame.
Way to be bitter about it. More bitter than that beer.
I'm going to do that one for sure, and then later on I'll pick another one for us to do.
Alrighty. right.
That's all. Thanks.
Okay, so thank you, Chris. Let's go back to Lee for a second. Hey, Lee.
Oh.
Hello.
Who's currently getting ready for bed.
Yeah, sorry to keep you up late.
Oh, it's all good. My hair is really naughty. I just took it out of its bun.
You're naughty.
Oh,
So naughty.
Knew that was coming. Knew that was
Bad
coming.
hair. Bad
Oh.
hair.
So I also have a selection of stuff. One of them was already taken, so I'm not going to do that. But I have... I grabbed a stout. I grabbed Lost Craft Root Beer Float. Because I thought that would be fun. It seemed like a celebratory thing. And then I grabbed Nightfall Czech Style Dark Lager. Because I've been enjoying these. And then the one that I just thought of now, when you're talking about aging beers, I think I thought about this last week. But this has been in my fridge for I don't know how long now.
Is that? Hey, I just had the sequel to that beer like very recently. That's the first Xanabrew. That's kind of funny. What? That's the strong Belgian blonde ale, correct?
It's a strong beer.
What does it say? It says something else, right?
Yeah, there's cherries in it, isn't it?
Spring 2023 limited edition.
What else? It doesn't say anything else. Because I had the Xanabrew. I had the Xanabrew too, and it was a Belgian black ale with cherries and something else. And that one I believe is a extra strong blonde ale. I think.
Oh, okay. So maybe I had the two then, because I had the one with cherries in it.
All the ones that they have are Belgian ales, so I assume it's some sort of Belgian ale.
Yeah.
Either way, I bought it, I'm going to assume, April, when it came out. So it's been in my fridge since.
Then just check on taps.
So that is my choices. And I think I'm just going to go with this one, because this one I have no other reason to drink. So I think this is the perfect celebratory drink.
All right.
There we go.
Rush Xanabrew.
I answered my own question. I didn't need your guys' help.
Belgian Golden Strong Ale brewed with freeze-dried honeydew milk, hull melon hops, and Niagara Riesling juice.
There we go.
That's what
Carrie's
Lady
going to
D's
help
about to
you
have.
whether you want it. Carrie's going to help you whether you want it or not.
I knew that was the one I had thought of. But yeah, that sounds pretty tasty. It's Belgian, so but I've kind of come around to Belgian things. So I enjoyed the one I had. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Yeah.
Thanks for mansplaining that beer to her. All right, so
I did not even close to mansplain. Fuck yourself.
all right, so
Fuck yourself.
thank you, Lee. Let's go over to Greg. Hi, Greg. Everybody's favorite
Hello. I am everybody's favorite Greg. We got first we're wearing our Rhino fucking shirt because it's a celebratory occasion. I don't wear this shirt very often because I don't want it to have holes in it like all my other Rhino shirts. We got Bella here who's fast asleep, and over there we got Layla who's also passed out. So, and that's all we have joining us for now. I'm sure Arnold will make an appearance eventually. And I'm bringing beer. There's no choice in mine, but my beer has very likely been said to be fantastic because it's from a fantastic
Shit, I know what
brewery.
you're drinking.
It's from
So I'm
Chaos.
So I'm bringing Chaos. I had the regular Chaos the other day, which admittedly I wasn't a super fan of because it was too sweet. But this one is the regular Chaos with a little extra. It's an Imperial Stout aged 28 months in a blend of Sagamore Rye whiskey and 13-year Sazerac bourbon barrels and conditioned on raw coconut, toasted coconut, and I'm going to butcher this. Venetian vanilla beans. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Nice.
Anyway, 13.2%, so better than a full stout, and also a fairly expensive counterpart beer. Because I believe this was $24 for this bottle, and it's a 500. It's not even a 650. So let's hope it's half decent.
Yo, that's my favorite beer of the year. For sure.
We'll see.
Spoiler alert.
Like I said, it's been known to be fantastic.
All right.
So now I'm gonna have to go wrestle with the wax top.
Who makes that beer?
Counterpart.
That is a
Counterpart.
counterpart.
Jeez, it looks like.
This has been aged in Chris's car for 20 minutes or so.
You shouldn't have to what do you mean by wrestle with the wax top, Greg? I don't know. How do you take a wax top off?
I will first run it under hot water, and then hopefully that'll loosen it enough to get it off.
Oh, okay. You can just the rep from Nickelbrook, the girl at one of the beer fests one time a few years ago now. She showed me that you just take your opener if you got like one of the whiny ones with that little knife part, you just make a little notch underneath the cap on the wax and just it takes like 3 seconds. It's the whole process of warming the wax. I don't have the patience for that. Yeah, exactly what you have.
I don't think I have one of those openers. Anyway, I will slowly warm this while Nick does whatever Nick is doing now.
All right.
Probably introducing his beer. What did you bring, Nick?
All right. Well, thanks for. I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
Nice transition.
Nice transition to being the floating head again. I'm wearing my Andy Warhol style shirt with my brother's dog. It's like what do you call it, a Cocker Spaniel or something. Cute little thing. A bit wild. Anyway, so actually, she wasn't that bad tonight. She was pretty toned down. But all right. So what I've got with me is something I actually picked up at the brewery back over the summer. I've had it floating around the fridge. Last bottle of it is an extra special bottle brewed for Fistois Distillery Fistois 10th anniversary. It is a 10th anniversary triple malt made with what's the 3 types of malt? It's barley, rye, and wheat. So it's like a triple made with barley, rye, and wheat. Yeah.
What's that made with again, Nick?
Say what?
What's that made with again, Nick?
Barley, rye, and wheat.
Oh, fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Chug it, Nick.
Chug it. It's good. Corked and caged. I'm kind of excited about opening the corked and caged bottles here. I love these things.
A Jamie gift coming.
Oh yeah, everybody open the stream, hit that like button.
Yeah. Come on. And all over the desk. You're gonna poke your eye. You're gonna shoot your eye out.
One thing I'll say about
there's your Jamie gift right there.
One thing I'll say about these.
Oh, that was anticlimactic. That was anticlimactic.
Yeah.
All right, so
beers do not fucking carbonate.
okay, so before we get to the comments here, I see there's a shit ton of them. I'm gonna go circle back around one more time. Just ask Carrie, what's your history with the beer?
A little bit. It's brand new. Like I haven't been to that. There's 3 LCBOs in town. The one downtown, I haven't been there in a little bit at this point, but yeah, there was still most of the case left. This seems like something that's not going to stick around. It's kind of really good, but yeah, I've had several beers by but yeah, that's my history.
All right, I know Lady Lee here's got a bit of history on hers because she's had it in the fridge for a while. That's something, doesn't it count?
I have. I've also had. So I've had pretty much every single one of them from the Rush collection, because or mostly every single one. I haven't had all of them. I'm trying to see. I know I still have one left in my fridge from one of them that I really enjoyed. I can't remember the names though. But I have had Signals. I had the one that we reviewed, the Rush in the gold can there.
Yeah, the lager or whatever.
Yeah, and then I had their other one that's in the bottle that I cannot remember the name. And
Signals?
I'm having this one now. It's not Signals, it's another one. Moving
Pictures. Actually, I think I still have a bottle of Moving Pictures. Anyway, go ahead, you finish. Sorry.
Yeah, so I have I've had those 3. I haven't had the other one. I can see that there's Xana Brew 2, X1, the one everyone's talking about. I haven't had that one. But I have an actual lengthy history for once. But yeah. I tend to enjoy these ones, so we'll see.
I think they still have several bottles of the Xana Brew 2 at the Algonquin LCBO. Try that one.
Oh yeah, it's a shelf turd in Toronto or Mississauga.
Again, it's 10 or 10.5%. It was pretty good.
It wasn't bad. It was just, to me, it wasn't good enough to justify the $13 a bottle or something it cost.
Yeah, I can't remember how expensive it was. That's fair enough.
All right, I think we're done with Lee. So let's go over to Chris. Chris, what's your history with this one?
I haven't had this one. I haven't had any of these at all. I don't even remember even having a beer from Rorschach, but obviously I have a lot of beers from Counterpart. Just wanted to show you guys this beer real quick if you guys can see it. Look at it's like Sparkle Puff. All the fucking particulars in there.
Oh
good times.
shit! Oh, drunk pokeroo would be very
We got
upset.
another one. I know.
I thought you were just going to say drunk pokeroo has arrived.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Oh
No,
no! He didn't
that's
go there.
drunk Danaroo.
I found
Uh,
the beer. Sorry, I found the other one that I have in my fridge. That's.
Is it
very
moving
old.
pictures?
Yes.
You're just
Oh,
holding
you,
these
still, you still have.
Oh wow, she's
What's
got it.
does it have a date on it? How old is it?
This is the 2022 edition.
That's not that old. How like is it? Is it a strong beer? How strong?
Well, this is 10.5 as well. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
that should age fine then. That should be.
I'm leaving it in my. This is like literally the actual celebratory beer. This was like finding a reason to drink it. This one is like my favorite, so I've been holding on, not drinking it.
Nice.
So I might save it for my graduation.
There you go.
Yeah,
A wild Danielle has appeared.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll get to him eventually. It's good to see him awake. All right.
Yeah. No,
So Chris, you were giving your history before we went back to Lee.
Oh,
Right.
I've had
Wait.
a ton of Counterpart stuff, as you guys know, because you're in the same city as me. And yeah, that's my history. I haven't really had this one, and I haven't had any of these ones, and that's what I got.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Then let's go to Greg. Hi, Greg.
Hello, Nick.
What's your history?
About 2 to 3 sips of this so far. I have had, so I guess this is a series. Chris would probably know better than I would, but it looks like there's at least a few versions on tap. Now, I had the base version of the 2023, which is just straight up barrel aged with nothing added to it. I had that a few days ago, and then I've had this one, but I've had none others from the series, and that's my history. Very exciting. And I've had quite a few things from Counterpart, not as many as Chris, but I've had, usually if I'm up in that area, I'll pick up whatever they got in the fridge. They're expensive, but they're decent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you,
I
Greg.
like their food. I like their food there specifically. Their fried chicken sandwich.
Fried chicken.
And it does have fresh jalapenos, just like Carrie likes.
Nice.
All righty. So thank you, Greg. Let's go over to Greg. Or to Greg. The other
Oh,
Greg.
jeez. We look exactly the
They
same.
always late
Not
to the party, Alberta boy.
Oh,
He
it
was
is
late
me.
to
I
the
thought
already
you
super
were-
late party.
you're late to an episode that's super late starting. So.
I you know what? It was past my bedtime. I fell asleep. What can I say? So, what am I bringing tonight? Well, I actually put my money where my mouth was on this one and bought into a barrel-aged program in 2022. This was barreled early 2022, released in 2022. I didn't pick it up until 2023. So I'm bringing out the Krampus because everyone loves me being the Krampus.
You little Krampus.
So it's the bourbon barrel aged Imperial Eggnog Stout coming in at 11.9% alcohol by volume. And me and a few other guys went into this barrel. We all put money into it. They poured the stuff in there, and that was our own barrel. They canned it and gave it to us. These were our cans that came from our barrels.
How many cans did you get?
Well, pretty much was a flat of beer, so there's a few of us. I got a 4-pack out of it. So
how just one of those little baby barrels then, I guess?
well, no, there's a few of us that went into this because it wasn't a cheap barrel.
How many? That's what I'm saying. Like a barrel is a lot of beer. For you to only get 4 beers, that must have been.
There was about 6 to 8 of us that got into this. So
Yeah. A barrel of beer makes way more than 6 to 8 times 4 cans of beer.
depends on the size of the barrel. Yes, you're
That's
right.
what
I
I'm
don't know
saying.
what-
So it was a small
I
barrel.
didn't get a
then, right?
chance. I didn't get a chance
Or
to see the
can-
barrel
sorry.
because they had tours, but
Yeah.
I didn't get to see a chance to see the barrel. But yes, it is part of it. And some people put in more money, some people put in less. So they got more beer, and I got less.
Fair enough.
So,
I'm just glad that nobody's ripping you off your portion, Dan. They're like, yeah, Dan's actually entitled to 12 of them, but let's screw him over because we don't like Dan.
No,
He didn't take the tour, so he doesn't know how big the barrel is.
I can see the barrel where there's that.
Oh, that was good. I'm just saying, New Ontario, the one brewery here, bought a couple barrels to do a little pilot thing at one point. And yeah, they were like little small barrels that a full barrel of that would produce about the amount of beer you're talking about. Like a full, bourbon barrel. When you think about like Jack Daniels or some shit, like those are big barrels. That's going to make like that would fill a few kegs of beer, which again would be way more than just a few cans that you're getting. But
I also only put $30 in for this. Like I said, other people may have put more money into it.
Again, it being
Well, I don't know how. Let me find out. All right, let me find out so I can just shut you up for a bit.
There we go.
Because I'm trying to remember what it was. It was over a year ago, dude. Like
Yeah.
it's fine.
Dan's memory's not what it used to be.
Exactly.
If I was buying it on a barrel, I just feel.
I put $30 into it. It wasn't. I think it was like $800 for this barrel. So.
Well. All right, let's move on.
All right.
Yes.
So that means I get to talk about my beer. So my history with this is, well, I got an extensive history with Fist de Wa. I probably have had their beers all the way out since the beginning. They released this. I looked at their Facebook page. They released this apparently in December of 2022. So it's about a year old. I can't remember the first time I ever had a Fist de Wa beer, but I think it was like 2014. Does anybody remember the incident at one of Chad's beer festivals? Radar would remember if you were here, but he's actually out of beer tonight, which is weird. Chat? He might be in the chat, but at that one where I brought a bottle of beer that I was taking the cork cage off of it, and it just went boom. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this into the bathroom first. And it blew up like a gunshot, and it was just like, Jesus, fuck. Anyway, yeah, it's just like, it was weird. It was a beer that went bad. Like, I'm telling my story about my experiences with Fist de Wa way back in 2016, and a bottle blew up on me.
I feel like there was going to be more.
Their beer's better than that.
And you just sort of like, and that was done.
I'm not being terrible at explaining it because I'm rushing myself, because otherwise somebody will talk over me like Greg.
Actually blinded.
That actually happened because I'm talking about people talking over me while I'm trying to tell my story.
We love you, Nick. You're the best.
Sure. Okay, so yeah. So the story about this beer, though, is I went up in August to like a camping trip with my camper club during the summer, and I got a chance to, like, it was literally 20 minutes away from Fist de Wa, so I decided to hop down on my way back home at the end of the trip to pick up some beers, and I bought 2 bottles of these. I had one during the summer on one of our movie nights, and I've got the second bottle now. I'll get in more into what I think about this one, but I was tempted to save this for the next time there's a bottle share, and I'm glad I didn't, but I'll get into more of that later. Okay, so we got a ton of comments. I'm going to pan out back to the Brady Bunch screen. Is there anybody here who wants to volunteer to read them?
I could do that.
All right.
I can read them.
Oh, we got Lady Lee.
No. Oh, okay.
Late, yet super early. Great job, Nick. From Lee Russell.
You're welcome.
And then Lee Russell. Let's speed this up. It's Carrie's bedtime in 15 minutes.
I don't even understand that comment. That makes no sense to me.
Radar. Glasses, Chris. Glasses.
Yeah, I left them.
Yes. Oh. And then Chris just says, LOL. Lee Russell. Sweaty beers. A real working man's beer.
That's right. That is right.
Lee Russell. Lee's naughty bun. Yeah, everyone jumped on that one. Lee Russell. Hey, Greg. Oh, hey. Greg told me Rush is a band now, too. That's awesome. Good way to promote the beer.
Yeah, that's actually totally true.
Greg is a band now?
You are quite correct, Lee. Rush is now a band.
If you go, if you look up in the cloud, you can play their music in the cloud. Apparently.
What? I didn't know that. Lee Russell, love the black jizz dripping down that chaos.
Yeah,
Sexy.
that was quite a bit of
tasty black jizz.
Carrie, LOL. Lucky Schmitz, shotgun a beer.
That's right. You know, the shotgun a 11% Imperial Stout.
Yeah, Chris, shotgun all 3
That probably
cans of
costs
beer.
$20.
Do we know who?
And just
Do we
die.
Do we know who Lucky Schmitz is, or is he just a random?
Seems somebody random.
Person.
Cheers, Lucky
Cheers.
Schmitz.
Cheers, whoever you are.
This isn't a channel where generally you'll see somebody chugging a beer.
Someone asked, "Who is your favorite hockey team?" The Penguins.
What do we
Question
look like?
mark?
We're from Philadelphia?
Really?
Go Leafs, go! Right?
You know, I would suspect there's a decent number of people in Canada that are the fans of the Penguins just because of Sidney Crosby. I got no problem with that. Chris answered he's a fan of the Red Wings. He doesn't live there, but
Oilers are my favorite team.
North Bay Battalion.
The spoilers?
There we go.
Yep. I'm
Just
into Oilers.
not even going to go to the
Sounds
NHL.
All right, and then Chris says Red Wings are my team. Oh, I missed Ablina Reno. Hey, sorry guys, I'm late. Just had a boudoir photo shoot with my dogs.
Well
shit.
played, Ablina.
A whole level of I don't even know. Let's just move on.
Yes,
I hope he's
please.
He's in his sexiest Ninja Turtle underwear.
Beers for Days says cheers.
Cheers, beer for days.
FLX beer reviews. Cheers, gang.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
I don't know who
Chris says,
FLX
cheers,
reviews is either.
FLX.
I've seen him in there before.
I don't know who's moderating that channel. Is it Dan? Dan, are you running the FLX reviews channel right now?
Ablino reads a metric barrel.
Metric barrel.
Uh,
Yeah, Radar remembers. Jesus, fuck.
there. Yep, Nick already got that one. FLX beer review. Where's Joe? Isn't he an honorary Canuck? He went to go see a hockey game. He decided to have a life instead of coming hang out
Yeah,
with
he
us.
has had more important people to hang out tonight.
And
Unless it's
then
just a pre-planned excuse, he just didn't want to see us.
Lee Russell is letting us
Ever
know he has
again.
to go to work. And good night, peeps.
He came back that
Good
one
night.
week so that Joe came back 1 week so that he can remind himself why he never shows up anymore.
Yeah, he
Good
couldn't
night,
handle
Steve.
Greg two weeks in
Have
a
a
row.
good
I was
shift.
gonna ask questions about his
Cheers,
dad's
Lee.
new girlfriend. And do they wake Joe up banging or anything? Tell us, Joe. We want to know.
And Carrie says cheers, Lee.
Joe's dad has a new girlfriend, Nick.
I just want
Those
to.
are the comments.
Those are the
I just
comments.
I want to interject for a second. I'm half
In the bag.
stupid right now because I was gonna for
Half
sure
drunk?
drink the chocolate nut of this beer, and they were all facing me on my desk, so I just grabbed the first one and cracked it. And now I'm not drinking the chocolate nut. I'm actually drinking the PB cream one.
Ah,
Oh.
I
PB
will have
cream.
that one and the chocolate nut, and the banana one's gonna sit. So you guys have no
So-
vote. So whatever.
so Chris, tell us your history with the PB and cream.
Yeah, Chris.
That sounds so dirty.
We already went through the history of shit. We don't care. Let's
Anyway.
move on.
Jesus,
Jesus.
joins the show once and he's so grumpy. I want Joe back.
Now I know what's going on with this because this is like it's like Sparkle Puff, like I said, and it's probably the peanut butter and the ice cream powder that's floating in this thing right now. Would make sense.
I said cheers to the apparently 10 people watching.
Yeah, wow.
And there's only 4 likes on this video, so not everybody here has even done it yet. Just saying.
Well, I haven't
there's,
done it.
there's only 4
Guilty
people
as
that
charged.
there's only 4 people that actually like us. The rest are just waiting for us to fail.
Did you do it, Nick? Did you like your own video? Because you
I
can do
don't
that.
I covered this earlier. Liking my own videos is akin to masturbation. Not that
And
there's
you
anything
should
wrong with that.
masturbate
Not
You should
even
masturbate
close.
more.
There you go.
No.
Squirt, squirt. I just jerked my
Do
own
it.
video
Do
off.
it.
I'm like,
Do it.
Cheers,
I just jerked my own video off. There you go.
No.
I just
This
I'm not
this
wholly
channel
dependent
is-
on me liking my own content for the algorithm. So.
Everybody think of their beer. That's a good question.
Oh, we're having
Ooh.
beers, really? Who knew?
Listen, if you like masturbation,
You know what? Just
Radar's one of the 4.
just to cycle back around. I don't believe like Dan arrived after. I don't think Dan knows particularly exactly what everyone's drinking. So I'll
right,
start
well,
right now.
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
having.
Dan will
I'm
figure it out.
actually having a bit of a Dan beer. This is a
Damn.
Guilty Remnant. It is a white stout with coffee, vanilla, and lactose. 6% by the Blood Brothers Brewing Company.
Carrie wants to win.
So no,
Yeah.
well, I'm just telling you. I think everyone needs to go around, but I just it's toast. It's obviously a bit of a Dan beer. Lily Lee has got Lily Lee. What you got?
I have the Rush Xanabrew.
Whoa.
Xanabrew.
That might be even more of a Dan beer. Because Dan
Aged.
likes the music.
Aged Rush Xanabrew. It's
N-
in
n-
my fridge since June.
I think Dan likes Rush, but not as much as Nick. I think Nick is the Rush.
Yeah, I'm a bit
big
more of a
fan.
Rush fan.
He prefers Nickelback.
Don't we all?
I don't know.
I'm drinking this one.
I just know the names.
Oh, check the chat. You'll see what I'm drinking. I'm drinking
Yeah,
Taking
so
counterpart-
there's a peanut butter and
Thought disorder.
yep.
Yeah, and Dan knows what I'm drinking.
Oh god, yeah, the double tempest. Oh wait, no, sorry.
No, it's not a double tempest.
And I've got Distillery Fistoise Déjà Disson triple malt beer.
barley, rye, and
Eight.
wheat.
Barley, rye, and wheat.
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 I'm definitely not winning
Which-
this round.
I'm not winning either.
Wheat.
Right. So yeah, that's.
I guess Greg has thrown things into total chaos, if you could say. I don't know.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Eh.
Wouldn't be the last either.
Was that fruit on the floor? That was so low hanging.
If it was
Really
fruit-
fruit by the foot.
if it was fruit on the floor, you know he wouldn't pick it up, Carrie.
Flashbacks, good times. All right. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're having so much excitement that we're probably already ready to discuss our beers here because we've been waiting so long. So
Hell
why don't we circle back around and ask Redbeard, how's your beer drinking? What do you think?
This is exactly what you'd expect from what it says. Like I've had a couple. White stout is a weird thing. The first time I ever had one was what the hell, a stout that's not dark that still tastes like roasty and kind of got the coffee and chocolatey flavors, and the coffee and vanilla are really coming through. And I feel like lactose is the last ingredient just before yeast on the ingredient list, which props to them. The ingredient lists make me happy. But this is honestly just delicious. It's exactly what I don't know, if you expect good things from the description, it's kind of exactly what you're going to get. It's got a little bit of a mouthfeel to it from the lactose, so it's not thin. It's not as thick as what probably Greg and Chris and even Dan, and I'm not sure about the thickness of what Nick's drinking, but yeah, it's just really good. For what it is, like I haven't had a lot of white stouts. This is easily the best I've had. I'm going 10s across the board. This is right delicious.
That is one of the best beers you drank all year.
Tens across the board.
Diesel, he's really trying to win
Across
this. This episode.
No, for me, if it was one of the if it was that good, it'd be like a 10.5 or 11, and it didn't break my brain. This is just like perfect for what it is. That's what I'm saying. Like, lady, don't spoil. Somebody else in this chat that may or may not have also bought a can of this, potentially for tonight. Someone who also isn't known for a liking of stouts at all. I honestly really hope that you enjoy this because I think it's
she won't
so
like
good. Don't you just spoil? I didn't say who it was, and now everyone knows. Damn you!
I think I'm the only person
Dude,
in this
Greg.
chat or this group doesn't like stouts.
Now you spoil it again. Everyone just spoiling everything.
White
Try to
stouts
keep
are
it on the
usually a little-
serious.
White stouts are usually a little bit sweeter, so I can see somebody not liking stouts and liking a white stout. Yeah, it's kind of usually white chocolate and dark chocolate. It's like they're not really the same thing.
No, they're not.
White chocolate isn't even real chocolate, depending on most of the production. I don't know. Let's just move on. I don't want to sidetrack. I'm sorry.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Carey. Let's go over to Lady of the Lee. How's your Xanabrew drinking?
I love the name Xanabrew, by the way. I just love that name. It is it's quite tasty. So the thing is, I find with these beers, all of them have a high alcohol percentage. I think they're all 10.5. Yeah, 10.5. I'm pretty sure. And they don't taste it. Like, I always drink these way too fast. I kind of realize I'm like, okay, I need to go a little bit slower. Like, it's a high alcohol beer, and I'm a small person, so they tend to hit me pretty hard. And I don't know, I just like them. I enjoy the flavors. They all have a little bit different. It's still not as good as Moving Pictures. That one's still my absolute favorite. But this one's nice. It has that little bit of like that grapey flavor. Like that. It's as if like a beer became a wine, but like the parts that complement each other came together and made this love child that's delicious. So I quite enjoy it. I think it's really good. I really don't know what to do for these styles. Like, I was looking at cans today, and all of them have, like, all these specific fucking styles where I'm like, I don't even know anymore. Like, I used to be able to, like, figure out styles when there was the basics, but everything now has, like, it's this style mixed with this and this and this. So anyways,
well, Belgian Golden Strong Ale. It's just Belgian.
Yeah, but I've had Belgian style. I've definitely had Belgian style. I haven't had a Belgian style Golden Ale.
Well,
I haven't had a Belgian style other thing, and I haven't had this, and I haven't had that. So all I'm commenting is that there's so many subcategories to categories.
Yeah,
that
you're not wrong.
It gets a little overwhelming. But this one, I think they did a really good job. So like, it does taste like a Belgian. I'm gonna give it good marks. I think it did. I'm gonna give it 9.5 for style. It tastes like a Belgian, and it has, I don't know. It's as if it's golden. I don't know. I really don't know about explaining both styles together, but as a Belgian ale in general, I think it's delicious. And then personal preference, I'm also gonna go 9 on this one. It's really good. It's really tasty. It's not my favorite.
Well, yeah, I feel like the you say the wine thing, because it has that Niagara Riesling juice in it. So yeah, it sounds like they did a good job with the style. If that's what you're getting, I never grabbed that one for whatever reason. I think it was because I was like kind of like Belgian. Like, I never tried any of the Russ beers until we did that beer analysis one, and then I had the most recent one, and I'm kicking myself in the ass for not. I didn't have the other one that you love, that you have the other one. I haven't had any of them. I wish I'd tried more because
this is when we did the high alcohol beers. We had to try and find something that was over 10%. Nice. That's why I grabbed this one, because it's the only one I could find at that time, other than Crest. So
I'm super happy to enjoy it. That's cool.
Yeah, this is a very tasty beer. I am enjoying it quite thoroughly. I was trying to like save some to review. So, the end.
Oh well. Nice. All right. Thank you, Lee. Let's go to Christoph.
Okay. So since I opened up the raw can and now I'm drinking the PB cream one, this one again is obviously in its imperial stout with conditioned on smart serve. Fuck. Soft serve ice cream.
Should be.
My smart serve.
Did you cleanse your palate with pickles between beers?
Madagascar vanilla beans and peanut butter. It's actually quite nice. Everything's coming through on this thing, especially the peanut butter right on the finish, and it's giving me a nice dry finish. I keep going back to it, like I'm pounding this one down to 11.9%. Yeah, I'm enjoying this beer.
Tonguing that finish.
Yeah, the mouthfeel is good on this one. Very low carbonation. It's approaching full body. I wish it had a little bit bigger of a body, but it doesn't. That's the only thing I'm going to knock it down for style, because you would expect 11.9 to be a bit bigger of a body anyway.
No
So
fat
for
shaming
what
or
it
nothing.
is, for what it is, as an imperial stout, that's conditioned with with ice cream powder. That's probably going to be some lactose in there, obviously. The peanut butter's coming through, the vanilla's coming through, and all that stuff. I mean, it's solid. So for style, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And for personal preference, I'm going to go below that. I think I'm going to go about 8.75 for personal preference on this one, because
Wow.
I'm looking at the Choco Nut and that's telling me that that's going to be better than this one. So I have to bring this score down.
No, now you got to chug the other one.
Well, I got to chug it, but yeah. So that's my score. 9
right.
for style. It
And
fits
8.75.
style, and 8.75 for personal preference.
All right.
There we go.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Greg.
Hello, Nick.
Hi, Greg.
So I had the base version of this the other day. I was not overly impressed. I am the base version of just every white male with a shaved head. This is what men like. They start with Greg, and they work to they work to become better people, like maybe Nick or Carrie.
Me and Dan are both different evolutions. The starting where Greg. Oh, at the same time, Mr. Default white guy shaved head is the one who's kind of winning the most at life when it comes to being financially responsible and stuff.
I'm not winning anything.
No, if I could go back in time, I'd slap myself down. Be more like Greg with your money, for fuck's sakes.
He's not denying that he's made poor life choices. It's just Greg has to keep rubbing it in that people have made poor life choices.
I haven't said a thing, but okay.
No,
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Greg.
Nick just like slapped himself in the face there. That was weird.
I know. I'm not denying.
Anyways, we'll discuss this more on Life Choices 101 after this. That's gonna be my new show, where I just chastise all of you for doing bad things. But anyways,
I'd watch that. And
So let's chastise Greg for doing bad things
try.
with this bottle of chaos.
let's pour a little more of this. So as I'm pouring a little bit more of this, so I had the base version the other day, and Chris was not right. It's definitely not thin. It is a very, very thick, sticky lips beer.
Sticky lips.
I didn't care for it all that much, to be honest. I think I gave it a 7 or a 7.5 out of 10. It's way too sweet. It's almost like a Bellwoods Bring Out Your Dead sweetness. So did not care for that one. Dan would have loved it. Dan would have just been all over that. He would have just double teamed it all day long.
Jesus.
Although I don't think there's any lactose in it, so that would be the only thing holding Dan back. Anyway, so this one adds vanilla beans and then 2 kinds of coconut, raw and toasted. I will say I am actually rather surprised what a difference it makes, because normally when you add stuff to a base beer, it normally doesn't change it that much. This one makes it way better. Like it's like
Fuck yeah.
it's like almost a night and day difference in terms of beer. Like the other one, like this one, I actually consider buying again, even with the stupidly high price. The other one, I would never want to buy again. But yeah, there's tons of coconut in this, just tons. Like they were not skimpy on the coconut, like to the point where I'm just like, why did they even release the base one? They should have just made this one.
Right.
Um,
I'll tell you a funny story after you finish what you're saying about that.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't have that much more to say about the beer. It is really good. I mean, it still is very much on the sweet side, but the coconut kind of, I guess, balances it out. Like, I don't even know what a coconut is. Coconut, is it sweet? Is it like, well, what kind of flavor does a coconut impart?
Have you ever had a coconut?
I've had many coconuts, but
Okay.
I don't know how I describe a coconut. Is it like
The way you just said that made it seem like you never had a coconut before. Sure.
no? I've had plenty of coconuts before, but if you ask me, is like a coconut sweet, sour? I'm like, I don't know what a coconut is. It's just kind of there.
I don't know if I'd say sour. But
Anyways, whatever the coconut does, it definitely makes this beer way more balanced. There is still, mainly on the back end, there's still quite a bit of sweetness. It is still a very thick beer. Like, my lips are just fucking coated. Like, I feel like I'm just like some fat kid that just ate dessert, and I'm just having a good time. And I can say that because I'm fat, so nobody get upset at me. See? So, yeah, it's really good. I mean, I'm not going to say it's quite up there with something like Double Tempest because it's not. Because mainly I like listen, I like beers. I like imperial stouts that are a little bit more on the dry side, not so sweet. So that's a thing. But this is probably one of the best flavored imperial stouts I've ever had. So, personal enjoyment as a flavored barrel aged stout. Flavored barrel aged stout. It's gonna be a 10 out of 10 for me on that front. Because I don't think I've had a better flavored barrel aged imperial stout. Because most of the time when they flavor them, they're just not that good. Unless they add coffee to them. The only one I could say maybe would compete with this would be the Imperial Bout, which GLB released like 5 years ago and then never made again. So fuck you, GLB. Make that beer again. As personal preference, it's gonna be a 9 for me. It's still a little bit sweeter than I would prefer, but otherwise it's a great beer. I would, even at $24 a bottle, I would buy a few more bottles of this. This is actually really good.
Nice.
So, funny story about that beer.
Yeah, tell a story, Chris. Tell a story.
When I went into Counterpart a couple days ago to pick up the IPAs and stuff like that, and these thought disorder beers, I went and talked to the owner of Counterpart, and I'm like, I don't know what you guys did with Chaos, but the coconut one was the best fucking thing you guys have ever made. And he goes, you know what? My own opinion on this one, definitely the best beer we've ever made. Like, there's nothing coming back. Like, everyone's coming back and saying the exact same thing. Like that.
Yeah, like I honestly, I don't think they even should have made the regular one. It should have just been all coconut or flavor a different flavor or something. But yeah, like this is like night and day better than the original. Unless you're somebody who really likes sweet beer. Like, to be honest, the original beer, that might be something Lady Lee likes because it doesn't have the stoutiness that I know she doesn't like. It's just sweet dessert. Maybe she would like that. I don't know. But for someone like me who does not like sweet things, no thank you, good sir.
Whoa, whoa, the sweetest thing.
You know you have ADHD when.
Yep. All right. Thank you both, Chris and Greg. Let's go over to Dan.
Hi, I'm back. So, aged a year. Found out more information for you, Redbeard.
Oh,
it
good.
was a barrel-aged program that you bought into. What you bought into is what
In
you
a
got.
barrel-aged program, you run into your drunk.
Sorry, the cold is still kind of affecting me, so I sound.
I'm not hearing
Slurring.
right now. Keep going, Dan. Sorry.
So
I apologize for Nick. Keep going.
anyways, it was a barrel aged program that we bought into. We bought into it for I thought it was $800. It was $263 all in. We put that money in. That's what we got back in the way of beer. So whoever put whatever money in, they got that for the beers. So I put in $30. I got 4 beers back.
Nice.
So was it like you didn't have your own barrel? Then
We bought into the barrel program.
okay,
We
so
didn't buy into your own barrel.
okay, so that okay, everything.
Someone else handled all this stuff. I just put money
No.
towards it. So that's pretty much what it was.
It all jives.
Things make more sense now. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, like I said, I'll find out the information. There we go.
So how is it?
This is the last of the 4-pack that I've had. So I've been aging. I got it back in. Shit, when did I get it? August. I finally got my 4-pack, and I've been having one every little bit. It's still really good. And I've been quoting Paul and everybody else lately with my stouts, and I'm going to quote them again. It's a bit thin. But at the same point in time, the barrels come through quite nicely. The bourbon kind of hits at a perfect level. The spices of the eggnog, because you don't have to use eggnog, you just use the spices. It is a great sort of add-on to it. Yes, I do believe there is lactose in it, if I remember correctly. Of course, it's from New Level, so yes, there is lactose. But it was yeast, barley, lactose, oats, hops, cinnamon, nutmeg, and vanilla. Which is a perfect combination for this. And coming in at a nice 11.9%, it is a nice barrel-aged stout. But again, as I said, a little bit thin. So, aged a year, beautiful. So for the style, it's a 9. Enjoyability, I am dropping it down to an 8. I like it. It's good. A little thin. Alcohol is very well masked. It's just it's their lactose is starting to affect me a little bit more than it should. So I'm getting to the point where I kind of want to stray a little bit from lactose, but they didn't dump a lot of lactose in here. They put the right amount.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
I know, and it's at the end of the year. Congratulations, there are Christmas miracles out there.
Wow.
But yeah, overall, it's still a good beer. I still like it, and I'm glad I'm having the last one. It was still a fun little experiment that we did, and I'm glad I bought into it.
Nice. All right, Ian. Thank you, sir. Okay,
No,
so that was you gave it 8. Was that an 8 overall or 8?
9 for style, 8 for enjoyability.
Cool. Wow, I don't know. I don't think that doesn't sit right with me. You're just shitting on a lactose beer.
Oh,
without actually shitting.
I didn't shit on it. I didn't.
Well, giving it any less than a 9.5 for a lactose beer isn't you.
Like I said,
Dare you, Greg?
It's hard times, baby.
God damn it! I gotta go back to my pod now. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I've been busted. Gotta go.
That's pretty good.
Anyway, all right. So my beer, the Fistois Déjà Disson, or however you pronounce it. Somebody can correct me on the French pronunciation of this. I'm not really sure what to think about this one here because I'm not. I'll get into my flavor notes here. Big peppery, earthy, bitter rye note. Notes of caramel and brown bread through it. A vinous astringency. Hopefully I'm using the word astringency right. Which could either be from the rye or it could be a slight infection on this thing. Which, considering it's a year old, maybe. But Fistois is also known for making a lot of gruits and unhopped beers. So they also usually make beers too with the intention of aging. So I'm wondering if that is actually a quality that was intentional, because if it is, I mean, maybe it is infection, maybe it's not. The thing is, it does turn a little bit sour, but in the sour in a nice way, which is kind of weird to me because like when I drank once like 5 months ago, it was I don't remember it having this little bit of a vinous note, but now I don't feel like it's like if it has started to turn, I don't feel like it's doing so in a bad way. And here I'm trying to explain like beer, like, oh, maybe this is infected and I shouldn't be drinking it, but I'm drinking this thing and I'm drinking this in a way like this feels like maybe it's natural. And the bottle I had before didn't quite have that, so it's just confusing me a little. So it's got this nice kind of like this lightly lambic kind of kettle sour kind of note to it, which blends in really well with the rye, and has a nice like almost like dry yeasty crispness to it, which is very fucking refreshing. And like I said, like if this is non-hopped and it's kind of like a gruit, then that makes total sense. Maybe there's some earthy hops in it. They're like usually with Belgian beers, they'll put hops in it that they're like Belgian styles will often like from Belgium. Well, Belgian styles from Belgium, no shit. Will often take hops. Like Abbey styles will take hops and then they'll age the hops so that the flavor comes right out of them. They don't really impact the flavor of the beer. So there's like maybe a hint of earthiness from either the rye or the hop notes here, but there's like almost no hops to speak of in this beer. And if there's not, it's kind of starting to let the vinous qualities of either the rye or or a subtle sourness come into play. It makes this thing a lot more interesting than I thought it was a couple of months ago. And I'm not really sure if I want to would have wanted to risk like aging this for a couple of years. So like, I don't know when the next bottle share is going to happen. I kind of had thought maybe of saving it till then, but I just decided to fuck it and drink it. Well, maybe not fuck. Actually, fuck the bottle.
Nothing
You
wrong
know
with
that you know that hole's too small.
I thought the bottle was going in you.
Right. Oh Jesus. Well, that's supposed to be a lot better fit. All right. So so let's keep moving here. So.
Comment?
I mean, it makes sense, like that Fistawa would do something like this intentionally. So that's why I kept powering through this. But I'm actually quite enjoying it, and it does come off as very like especially to the weed, it comes off as much more full bodied and it has a nice lingering earthy peppery note in the finish. Again, though, like if you were to call this a triple, and it does say triple malt in the bottle, and maybe I'm seeing 8% ABV, cork cage bottle, and the word triple, and automatically assuming that it's a triple malt beer. If that's indeed the style, no, it's nowhere near that. So I kind of wrote down 6.5%, 6.5 out of 10 for the style. But I'm not convinced that's what the style is they're going for. If this is indeed more of a gruit, then it's going to be a whole lot more higher of a rating than that. Because I think it's pretty well done in that regard. But I'm going to leave that because I really don't know. So I'm just going to leave it as, like, with an asterisk 6.5. Overall enjoyment, I still like it. If I had known for sure, maybe it'll affect my feeling towards it and give it a little bit higher. But I'm just going to stick with an 8. I'm really enjoying this beer. But I'm not sure. It's like, should I be enjoying this beer? It's kind of weird.
Well, it can't be that. I mean, it can't have fucked up that bad if a spoiled beer is tasting better. It's something, right? And
it's funny there. I prefaced my history with Vistois by talking about a spoiled beer, and they don't get me wrong. These guys make some incredible stuff, but it's just kind of weird. Like, is it supposed to taste like that? I mean, it's good, but I'm not sure if it's am I drinking something that's going to give me the shits later, and I don't want that again this week. So
only time will tell.
Only time will tell. Alrighty, so I'm gonna. It's a 6.8 and an 8 for me, and that 6.5 for the style comes with an asterisk because it's definitely not a triple. But if it's a gruit, then it's a fucking great gruit. Okay.
Before you even go any further,
what?
I just opened up my second beer.
Oh, let's put Chris back on the screen.
My quick review on this one.
Will there be a cuvee?
No, they're not.
You're gonna make a cuvee?
I already did the peanut butter one. I already drank it. All right, so this thought disorder one is the Imperial Stout conditioned on raw coconut, toasted coconut, cacao nibs, and hazelnut.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and this one is way bigger body. This is like full body. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this beer. It's a full body beer. The hazelnut's coming out right at the very end, but your first thing you're hit with is the toasted coconut, and then the vanilla, and then the hazelnut on the end, and this is fucking dynamite. This is way better than the PB and the peanut butter cream one. So for style, this is definitely a 9.5 out of 10 for what it is and what it's saying it was. Yeah, and personal enjoyment, this is definitely a 9.75. This is fucking dynamite.
Nice.
So I'm going to pound this one down. Actually, I'm going to take my time with this.
So would you say it's fantastic?
It is fantastic. Definitely fantastic. I'm afraid of
Sounds
what the banana
fantastic.
jitter one is going to be. The banana jitter one, it's either going to be probably in the middle, or it might be worse than the PB&J.
That one sounds really interesting to me of the most, because I don't think I've ever had one with dried bananas in it.
No, it's weird.
Yeah, I'd be hesitant about that one. It probably has more floaties in there than you know what to do with it.
I believe me.
Beer, it turned into chunks, and it made lava lamps look like fucking child's toys.
I'll tell you right now, if Joe was here right now, he would be all over Greg's or this beer.
What does that mean? It made lava lamps look like child's toys. What even is that, Dan? What did you just say? What?
Anyway,
What?
that's my score.
Alrighty. Thank you, Chris. All right, so let's pan back out, and before we get it, we circle back around and see who the winner is. I'll put Lady Lee up back on the screen. Everybody likes Lady Lee. And you want to read the comments? See what do we got left? There's got to be new ones.
We have comments left.
Woohoo!
All right, so we have FLX Beer Reviews who said 5 likes. Vincent who said I am one of the 4.
He's
And
one of the
then
4.
FLX with a smiley face. FLX Blood Brothers. I assume that's one of the beers that was mentioned or something. I can't remember. FLX.
It's Carrie's beer.
We're at my local beer festival, Rochester, New York.
Nice.
I wonder if he's near North Tonawanda. He should go visit Joe.
I feel like he's
I
not.
feel like he does know Joe.
They're really close to each other.
Yeah.
I feel like he's not on the chat anymore, but if you play Pokemon, let me know. I need a New York friend.
Wow! Oh, wow!
Oh, she's looking for friends.
Wow!
Mate.
Trying to make Pokemon hookups online.
Yeah, I'm
Kitty.
good at that.
I'll poke them, man.
Chris says
I'm
nice. FLX says white chocolate is real to my taste buds. And
Nice.
Beers for Days says, what's next week's beer? I have like this love-hate relationship with white chocolate. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. It's just one of those things where it can go way too sweet, way too quick. But a really good white chocolate is delicious, but it's difficult.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way I feel about any chocolate is I don't mind a little bit, but yeah, I don't like a lot of it.
I like there's white hot chocolate that I find is really good. But again, if it's not done properly, it's just sugar.
I think the important question is not what's next week's beer. We want to know what next year's beer is.
We haven't actually
What's
talked
next
about.
Beer,
We actually
Craig?
haven't even talked about what next year's beers is, and I don't make all the decisions around here anymore.
Yeah, yes, you do, Nick. Yes, you do.
You make the final decision.
It's the final countdown. Well, I don't know who's around next week.
It's the final countdown.
Greg makes the final decision regarding.
I am here next week.
Ah, okay.
I am not.
Oh,
I'm always here.
As am I.
and Dan's not.
Oh no.
We're good Nick boys.
So what do we?
Dan is here if his
is there
wife lets him.
any ideas of what we want to do for next week's beer then? Because I
Um,
really haven't
I
thought about it. I've been tied up
It
tonight.
might be something to see
Something
if we
malted?
can all get, but if not, we'll have to do like a BYOB of some specific theme.
Okay.
But
How
I
about you guys
I
should-
can't think of anything that we all have.
Here's an idea. I'm not going to be here, but here's an idea. How about you guys pick a style of your own that you want to try to enjoy in 2024 that you never really liked.
Well, that's actually interesting. Turn that into a BYB episode where bring a beer from a style you want to try and enjoy, and like lately has to get a stout.
Am I that obvious?
Carrie's got to
I have to get a smoked beer.
Yeah,
What is,
Alright.
I said sour. I don't know, Carrie.
I'll get a lactose beer.
I love sour
Claire
beers. What are you talking about?
Claire likes sours.
I know. But whatever. That's an idea. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I go grab something that you feel like you generally wouldn't.
don't like.
Yeah, and like not something that
A
you
style
want to.
a beer from a style that you don't enjoy, but you wish you could find something you do would enjoy.
That works.
Call it New Year's resolutions.
Thank you, Ablina Reno.
We're gonna do New Year's resolutions next week. Okay, so that sounds good. I like that idea. Thanks, Chris.
The story behind it is that my shirt was way too hot, and I had this on my chair, and this is way too big for me, but it's a lot cooler.
And
Is that
I
so?
also
So it's
very
not flannel. It's just
small
plaid then, right? Flannel
I still think that looks way too hot. You should probably take that off.
isn't
There's very
flat.
few buttons on. I'm fucking dying. I'm probably gonna get changed after this.
Are you
but I am
braless?
way
Are you
too
wearing
hot
a
right now.
thong?
That was like one of the tropes on Home Improvement was that Al Borla was
Well,
always
obviously, I'm
whatever,
fucking
like,
invisible.
thick and hot and
well, it's because it is. You are pretty
You're in the
invisible,
dark.
Dan.
It's hard to see.
yeah. Dan, you really are kind of invisible. Dude.
And then the darkness
Dan,
finds
Dan, hold on, Dan. If you want to compete, first of all, take off the shirt you've got underneath and undo a few buttons. Come on, if you want to compete.
Come on,
Buttons
Dan.
aren't done. I ain't fucking taking my shirt
Dan,
off.
if you want to win this episode, you have to show some cleavage.
I
Yeah,
have like side boob. There's like
Yeah.
side boob going
Damn.
on.
yeah. Look at he's got side boob. Dan, what do you got to offer?
One.
Well, I
Hair,
wasn't going to
gray
masturbate
hair.
right now, but whatever.
Oh my god.
All right. So let's circle back around. Carrie, you have to follow that up and tell us of all the beers you're doing tonight, which one you would rather have tried.
I've had Dan's. The two of us actually did a live review of said beer, and I gave it.
Wasn't I there too?
No, I went back. I went back and checked it. It was just the two of us.
Oh, okay.
But I gave that a 10 point. I gave that a 10 point. The review. So Dan's beer. Oh, the one he's currently drinking is a bit aged, so I don't know. Like the flavors may have fallen off, but when I had it, that was damn tasty. But that being said, I've had that one. Nick's beer is interesting, and if it wasn't competing with some really interesting sounding bourbon barrel aged stouts, I'd probably even Lady Lee. Like I had the newest iteration that Xana Brew. I would like to have the beer you just had, but not quite as much as the one Greg had. That beer just seems
Got
really
fucking coconut.
kind of up my alley, and just what Chris said, it was like his beer of the year. And Chris and I feel like we have me, Chris, and Dan, the three of them, even Greg to a degree, have kind of. I feel like I've got a similar love for the bourbon barrel aged kind of shit that they do. So if they recommend something, I'm probably going to enjoy it. So
what's that?
I'm going to go with Greg's beer.
Greg's beer.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's chaos.
alrighty, that is chaos. All right, let's go over to Lady Lee and see what she says. Lady Lee. Yeah. One more.
Lady needs to crank her air conditioning.
Oh fuck! It's so hot. I hate this weather right now.
No, this is the best one.
This is disgusting. So
It's
I
gross,
think it's
but I love
really
it.
obvious what my decision is because there's only one that wasn't a stout in this whole fucking lineup. So, and like the only one that might have been interesting, I have. So, yeah, like Nick automatically gets my vote. I was laughing because when I heard everybody's thing, I'm like, well, this is kind of shitty because I literally have one that I would probably enjoy.
I kind of felt that. I'm like, yeah, I'm the only one that didn't bring a stout.
Not saying that there's some that don't sound delicious. It's just I have such a thing for stouts in a negative way that I can't buy my own can. I'd want to just try a can of somebody else's, like a sip of somebody else's.
I had to go big or go home. I mean, I could have done gingerbread.
Next time,
It's stout. I'm not interested.
No, it's an ale.
Did
You
you?
can't bring a knife to the gunfight.
Chris got a stout from Counterpart when he was here. Did you get a chance to try that or not? I don't remember.
I tried a few
I
stouts,
didn't. I was
and I
sad.
made some funny faces.
I actually even have the bottle still. Hold on. I don't even remember the name of it.
Synergy? Was it Synergy?
It was the Synergy, yes.
Alrighty.
No, I don't think we tried it. But
I don't Chris and I did.
Oh, and that one's got the white person come to the other side.
That's
But
why equal opportunity.
yeah, but my thing is like stouts are just not my thing. So
We'll find out.
unfortunately,
Okay, guess what you're bringing?
Oh,
next?
Well, that's like, yeah. Like, I was like that for the longest time with Belgian beers. Fingers crossed.
I've
That's
tried,
what
but
I mean.
the only one that I've liked is the one that nobody else liked.
That's what I'm saying. Like, fingers crossed. Eventually, the palate shift will happen, and then all of a sudden, you'll be like,
Or
my
you
God,
just have to find some that kind of are gateway ones that get you kind of used to it, and you're like
Guinness?
I actually think you might enjoy this one, but then again maybe I'm wrong.
Guinness is not a
I do
gateway
think-
stout.
I do think that
Kind of is.
Chris's does sound interesting, the one with banana. But again, it's
the
a
one I
stout.
haven't opened. I know.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have 3.
I got 3.
Yeah, you don't get to taste Chris's banana.
Haha. Ha 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 ha.
Wait
Ah,
till next
you're
year
so
when we're
funny.
in the pool.
Hilarious. That's why
Alrighty.
people show up every week for my hilarious
So
humor.
next summer.
Let's keep this moving. Now let's get back on track here. So thank you, Lady Lee. Let's go to Chris. Which beer that Greg has would you rather? No.
No, I'm not going to pick Greg's beer because I already have another bottle of it at home. I know that's my beer of the year. I'm actually going to hold on to it. Actually, who am I kidding? I'm not going to hold on to that beer. I'm probably going to drink it on New Year's Eve because
Yeah, drink and
There
then
you go.
Cuvée with your liquid Gart Fest.
yeah, right.
Liquid Fart Fest.
Out of the beers here, I don't think I've had Krampus, and I think that's going to be my choice. I think that would be something I would totally enjoy having. I'm not a fan of the Rush beers.
Yeah,
but,
go fuck no.
go fuck yourself. No, and Nick's
As
beer,
I like Sean Stouts.
and Nick's beers, whether if it's infected or not, I don't want to take that chance. And with Carrie's beer, the white stout does sound nice, and it probably would be delicious. And I'm
smells
gonna
good.
probably look for it in the LCBO.
Oh, you're cracking it open, nice.
But I think my choice is gonna be Dan's.
Well, yeah, I feel like you'll be able to hunt down. Like you're not going to be able to just find a can of Dan's beer. And
No.
you sold the beer kind of verbally that I chose, and I'm just gonna do it. I'm taking credit. I sold the beer that you chose. You know what I mean?
All right. It's always been you, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah.
It's always about
Drink
me.
Dan's beer.
Come on now.
All right.
I'll put my camera back on Lady Lee for the side boob.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
There we go.
We all are.
It's so bad. I'm so hot. Like there's one button on because I'm
Oh,
just
no,
so.
we're
hot.
all
Oh,
watching.
yeah, you're hot. All right. So,
We're all using our Jedi powers to destroy that button.
okay. So let's go to Greg. Everybody wants to stare at Greg. So, right
Everyone
now,
stares at Greg,
the
even though
other
don't-
boob that's on this channel. So,
Well, let's see. I have had Lady Lee's beer. I enjoyed it. I've had Carrie's beer. I believe I enjoyed it. And I believe I've had Dan's beer too, because I think Dan sent it to me a few years ago. If I'm not mistaken.
I might have.
But I'm not that exact one from that exact barrel that he bought into for X amount of people. We're still trying to determine. I've not had Nick's beer, but as soon as Nick kind of mentions that potentially infected thing to me, I'm like, I don't know about that.
You eat
Well,
ass and you're worried about an infected beer.
Hey,
I've never
sense
never
double
gotten a
standard.
bad taste from ass because the people who I choose to eat ass know how to clean their ass properly.
PG
you're
rated.
for the washed buttholes, but do they clean it enough,
Yeah.
Greg?
God damn it!
Is there ever a butthole cleaned enough?
If I don't- if I
goddamn
don't-
batch of Bellwoods beer that just ruined like. Greg is so scared of beers being infected now.
You're not wrong, and I've never had an infected asshole before.
There's always
so.
yeast down there, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, why is there yeast in
Coming
somebody's
soon on
butthole?
all
That doesn't belong there.
It's actually
Because
make a
in your
loaf of
sweaty
bread with milk.
underwear.
Yeah, when somebody's
You ever study the concept of
Greg?
spores? All right.
Which beer are you?
Which
picking?
beer would you rather drink? I'm assuming
Well,
you.
to be honest, I would have loved to have tried Chris's banana beer, but instead I will try Chris's. Do I get to pick either of Chris's beers? I want to pick. I want to pick the PB cream one because that one to me sounds more interesting, especially since the coconut one sounds like
it is the primary beer you bought.
Yeah, so I think I would go with that one, and I actually probably should have gotten Chris to buy me a can of it because it actually sounds kind of interesting. But oh well.
I still can.
No, if you're there, buy me a can of each. If not, don't worry about
I
it.
will. Okay, no problem. I'm
And
actually,
you know,
going to go back there on Saturday, so if they're still there, I'll grab you a can of each and I'll drop them off and say hi to your mom for you.
Feel
Oh,
free.
Sam, my mom
Feel,
loves you now.
feel free to grab one of each and maybe like whatever else and like tell me what it costs to ship and I wouldn't mind that. Yeah.
One of each, yeah. The bottles aren't there anymore, but
I was gonna say if he gets one of each, that's gonna be like $120 of cans he'll send you.
Hey,
anyway.
it'd be tasty.
All right.
So Greg picked. Yeah.
All right, Greg
Yeah,
picked
choice.
Chris's beer. So let's go to Dan. Dan, of all the beers
Oh my
you've
God.
heard of tonight, which one would you rather have had?
Ooh.
Okay, hi. How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
So I've had bad experiences with white stouts. As much as I want to try something like that, I have not found a good white stout that hasn't seen that they took that stout flavor, overpowered it, and killed all the flavor. Rush beers, I wanted to pick some up, and I just haven't. I don't know why. Overpriced, maybe? I don't know.
taste
Greg's
shit.
beers. Yeah, it sounded good. However, that being said, I love myself a good peanut butter and jam.
Shit.
I have had a couple of peanut butter and jams beers from New Level. I've had a couple of other places that have peanut butter and jams. I even
Chris is
shipped
in
out.
it to win it.
Oh, he is in it to win it tonight. I even shipped out the Belching Beaver peanut butter beers to these
remember
guys
that.
out here.
I remember
And I am a fan of peanut butter beers. Now, you also mentioned vanilla. Huge fan of that. Ice cream powder?
Yeah.
Like, is that dehydrated fucking ice cream shit that they send up to the space shuttle with it and whatnot? Or, I mean,
Yes.
that's got my.
Yes.
It's still got
I've
my
had those
interest.
ice cream sandwiches.
If they can make some kind of powder that you add water cream, then I'm on board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, that sells it right there. You've got the vanilla, you've got the ice cream, you've got the peanut butter. I would love to try that one right there. That would be my vote right there.
There you
All right.
that. All right. Thank you, Dan. And finally put me up here. Which one would I rather have had? Well,
Hi, Nick.
hi, Greg. The one that Carrie Scott sounds interesting, but it has lactose in it, so no. Lee's, yeah, that is definitely one I would like to try. Let's hold off for a second, though. Chris's sound amazing. I'm less so enthused about the peanut butter and cream and one, which does sound interesting, but the coconut sounds more interesting. But and Dan's, well, I mean, of course, lactose, but I can't remember if I had Krampus at all or not. But I mean, like, eggnog doesn't really sound all that interesting to me. Greg's. Greg's is, like, when Lee brought a Rush beer to the chat, and honestly, that seems like the beer I should be going for, and I do appreciate Lee sending a vote my way for this guy. But at the same time, when you talk about, like class AAA fucking bourbon barrel-aged and rye barrel-aged imperial stouts that are fucking, like, legendary status beers, like the Counterpart Chaos, that sounds amazing. So I would rather have had that. I'm voting for Greg. Which hurts, but I mean, I vote for Greg.
You know what? The pain will go away, Nick.
Does that mean we have a tie?
That
We have a
means
tie.
we have a two-way tie between Chris and Greg. So
Does
we
that mean
need.
I'm tiebreaker?
Let's
Yeah,
let
the chat
Lady.
tiebreaker.
Well,
I was
usually it's the
saying,
chat.
Whoever didn't vote for, well, I would just say whoever didn't vote for me or Chris
I
can
think it
cast
was
their
only
votes
me.
for either
And,
me or
and you
Chris.
can't vote for yourself. So who didn't? There's Lee didn't vote for them, and neither did I. Okay.
Oh,
Oh no, I voted for Greg. Shit.
Oh,
So,
you literally just
so
voted
Lady
for
Lee,
his-
Lady Lee.
I'm the tiebreaker. Oh fuck.
Between two stouts, which would you
Oh,
prefer?
that's a mess. Or you should have the chat make the vote.
Yeah, let's put it in the chat. Who's
there
watching?
any-
Who's watching the video right now? Still.
I was literally gonna vote for Chris because it sounded more interesting.
No.
Yeah, well, don't listen to Lady Lee. Let's go to the chat.
All right. Who's still watching? There are still 4 people watching this thing.
Is it 4 of us?
It could very well be 4 of us.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Right.
It probably-
I'm in the
Probably
team.
is.
Literally, we were showing. Literally, Lady Lee was showing
Person.
cleavage here a moment ago,
You
and
didn't vote.
how many
Yeah,
people lost the
Lady Lee should have the
All right,
say.
let's-
I
She
literally
said
All
said
right,
Chris,
all
and
right.
you didn't vote for. I'm gonna vote for Chris's because
Okay.
his sounds more down my alley.
Okay.
Sorry, Greg.
Can
All right,
I just,
there we go.
Can I just point,
Winner
can I
is
just point
Chris.
something out? Every time somebody doesn't appear on the show for a long time, Paul, Joe, Chris, they always win.
Because they always are in it, doing it.
Because they always pick something.
Chris
They're
wins.
like,
Chris
we're gonna
wins.
do
Chris
good.
wins.
Well,
Oh shit, he's got bigger muscles than Greg.
Joe didn't win. No, Greg's
Oh,
on.
Greg's
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Greg's
Yeah.
like
Are
ripped.
you showing off right now?
Like Greg's
Well,
got muscles
yeah,
bigger than his
some muscle.
brain.
Win.
Joe didn't win by the
Oversized shit.
landslide I thought he was going to last week, but he did still. But yeah,
That's
you know,
true.
Lady
Greg
Lee-
said
I
he's
never
not-
realized
yeah.
how big Greg's muscles are. Listen, they're bigger than his head.
Well, my muscles are smarter than I am too. Apparently.
How big are these? Like,
Triceps.
yeah.
Well, so it's not even like Greg's actually got like surprisingly fucking big and defined triceps going.
Yeah, his triceps.
So-
are massive.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
Greg probably works out. Like, so does Chris. but-
I want to make out with your arm.
I do work
Right.
out. But
Wait, hold
Oh,
on.
Lady Lee, what do you think?
I'm gonna say right now, I think this would be too sweet for Greg.
I've
It's
had it
delicious.
before. I've had it before.
You
I
like
think I
it?
like
Oh, I'm so happy you like it.
It
I
is
like-
Oh.
delicious. It has a nice chocolate. This is what I was saying about like the. Oh no, it's coffee, but it has like this nice chocolatey taste to it, even though it doesn't say it has chocolate.
Well, it's
Um,
that's just kind of a stout thing that'll happen with, and that
But
yeah,
it's everything
yeah.
that I like about stouts, as in they always have really cool flavors, but without the stout flavor, which I really enjoy. So there you go.
So I just since I know you guys care, I did have it. I reviewed it in the can, but I've only reviewed it on tap. Although I have had it in the can, but I gave it a 7 out of 10, and yes, I did say it was a bit too sweet.
So it's not new then. Obviously, I'm
I
assuming
know
you had it probably a while ago.
Greg.
This was February 17th, 2017.
Okay, so
We're just
wow, it's been
north
around.
of
Sorry, February 14th, 2017. But I've had it in the can a few
Valentine's
times, and
Day.
I sort of remember having positive thoughts towards that beer. So I think maybe I preferred it in the can. Than I did on
Alright,
tap.
Okay, you're
Unclean
not.
dots.
Okay,
So,
You-
Carrie,
you-
See
who,
you
Greg-
guys in a
Greg-
bit.
Greg is-
Fine.
so was that Chris?
who makes that beer that you're having? Who makes
Blood
that?
Brothers.
Oh, Blood
That's the beer that I was having. I'm now onto.
Okay.
It's just shockingly. Did anybody guess what I'm drinking right now?
So what is it?
It's a Haze Mama.
Hayes Mama.
The Haze Mama.
Everyone wins.
Yay. Guess what I'm
We
drinking
all
right
win.
I'm still drinking the rest of mine, so I can't do that. All right, I think it's time to take us offline. Nobody's watching anymore. Oh, we had 6 people watching. Wow.
Well,
It went up
That's
by
because
2 suddenly.
Everyone's in bed. Well, Jamie will watch it tomorrow, and
Well, it's funny. Like I was like, do you want to read the rest of the comments? There are no more comments after the flannel one. I think all the lonely guys went out to jerk off after seeing Lee.
I don't know why you have to leave to jerk off if you're not even on camera. Like I'm
Yeah,
on
like,
camera, and I can still jerk off to Lee.
We got some people watching, and Nick just decides just be like, oh, everyone.
I'm not. It's not
your
wrong.
audience as much as possible.
Hi, Lee.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I can get this. I can get your beer, Carrie,
There
in
you
St.
go.
Catharines. I might go there tomorrow.
I
Actually, I am
I-
going to St. Catharines tomorrow, so yeah,
I think
I'll
you'd-
pick it up.
All right.
nice.
All right. So thanks everybody for watching. We will we'll catch you next year at this point, where we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions.
Oh, she's putting on way too much clothing now.
Oh, we got nice new penis graphic.
Oh, new penis graphic and everything. Look
Look at you whipping out a new graphic.
That's the greatest
also-
penis I've ever seen.
Oh, that's like a
And, and I figured I could.
Oh,
Ooh.
Alblino Reno says, "Here I'm back. I'm just cleaning the sheets."
Oh,